I just fell down those steps. I'm at Greenwich, and the crowds are out. This is London and tourism, and we're at the Cutty Sark, a very good exhibition of how Britain ruled the waves and how my little country, New Zealand, sold chilled lamb to Britain for hundreds of years, keeping the food on the table. Lamb, they didn't eat terrible pork from Europe, they ate beautiful lamb from green grass in New Zealand. And now, at long last, 23rd of June, Independence Day, and we'll be able to buy New Zealand products again without the extra tariff we have to pay on top. So we'll be getting our lamb and butter and cheese at world prices, not at the inflated EU prices we're paying now. 8% reduction in the cost of living. That's what Professor Minford and his university, he was head of economics at Cardiff University, they calculated it. It wasn't on the back of an envelope calculation like the Chancellor's done. It's very simple. If you're paying extra for goods being in a customs union, when you leave the customs union, you just buy at world prices, and you don't buy their goods if they have a tariff on it. Or buy it elsewhere. There's another 100 countries to buy from at world prices. So I used to come down here on my bike, and there's a stair and a lift, and there's a tunnel going right across the Thames here to the Isle of Dogs, and they've built a city there since I came in 1985 or 6, and they've built the Canary Wharf. Now you can't see it because you've got wide angle. Sorry, it's in the distance because this is a wide angle, 170 degrees. Now I found a program to straighten the fisheye, but not for video yet. So there's a nice place to sit and drink if you can afford it. At least it's not drummers. In Australia, drummers take over the noise and drum incessantly outside pubs and resorts. Well, I can't remember seeing those, well, you can't see them. In the distance there's some blocks of flats. There's one going up. Well, it gives you an idea of, there's the Shard in the distance, can you see it? Well, of course you've got 4K TVs linked to your computers and phones, so you'll be able to see everything. So I think there's a new block there. But poor tenants in Greenwich are being stuffed. They lose their flats and their leases very easily. No one stands up to the bullies here. But Kevin, my solicitor, is going to start making a film about Balfron Tower being stolen from the people of London who built it under the GLC in 1964. 150 flats, 27 stories, being sold off by a registered social landlord who stole 3 estates from Tower Hamlets Council without any democracy. No selection or voting was done for the 3 steering committees for the 3 estates, brownfield estates. just an ad hoc group run by a policeman for the haka, and even so they didn't recommend voting, changing from Tower Hamlets to the haka, and didn't recommend and write to the tenants that we should vote for them, or put it to the vote. But it was still put to the vote, unlawfully, and of course it was rigged because we never saw the voting papers, or who oversaw them. But they claim 64% voted yes, but that was out of about 5% who turned out to vote. So here we are, going for my Sunday walk, reading my newspapers in Greenwich Park, Royal Park. But I thought I'd take you here and we'll go and have a look at the fantastic food you can buy in the street. So I'm still shaking. I was videoing and not watching where I was walking, not realizing I was going down some big steps and could have fallen and broken my head, and that would have been the end of me. So I'm going to have to be more careful in future videoing. But anyway, this is 4K. So here's the ship. And that was trade around the world. That's what Britain was good at, building ships, trading with the world. We're traders with the world, not with the EU. We're not a tiny little European state. We're the second biggest state economically in the EU. We're a huge country, all these millions of people, 60 million people, 30 families, 30 million families.
Yeah.
So it's 10 years since all the Eastern European countries joined, Latvia, Estonia. They'll regret it as the Euro area tumbles into chaos. But thank God we've got one economist, Patrick Milford, who's calculated that we'll be better off. It's going on YouTube. That's one thing I've never learnt to make is pasta. I've got to buy the little machine, haven't I? Well done. So, on the health program on TV, they went on about the health benefits of eating black currants. So I went and bought half a dozen jars of blackcurrant jam. 60% of the jam in the jar is sugar. So that's a bit of a problem. So, wow, you want all these Italian things? Sorry.
Quelli freschi sono finiti e questi qua hanno la cioccolata dentro e la cioccolata bianca vanigliata negli altri, che non so dove sono. Ma le sfogliatine, queste limone sono deliziose. Vale peso, sono 100 grammi, un pound e 99.
It's got condensed milk, and I remember in New Zealand eating a lot of condensed milk as a sweetener, or maybe, yeah, a nice curry. So here's the seafood paella. Taste of Spain. Now, are they real? They're not real, are they? They're manufactured prawnees.